Welcome to Out of the Blue, number 27. So this is a telescope, and this is a microscope. This is a violin, and this is a guitar. So we're going to start on the subject of astronomy today. Astronomy is the study of the stars and planets, and astronomy uses telescopes and microscopes. Now, some people might be surprised about the microscope in astronomy, but when they bring back moon rocks, they look at them with microscopes. And when they find meteorites in Antarctica, they look at it in a microscope. So microscopes are part of astronomy, most certainly. And astronomy is a field that a lot of amateurs, you can be an amateur astronomer and really participate in astronomy. And the same is true for guitar and fiddle. The guitar and fiddle worlds and the astronomy worlds are full of active amateurs making a contribution. The first word we're going to learn today on the subject of astronomy is the word luminosity. This is a solar telescope. It is used for looking at the sun. And how it works is that you point this at the sun, it comes in, it reflects off this, and it projects an image of the sun on the screen here. And I, from where I am, can see a sunspot on the sun in this image, though you might not see it in the camera. It's a little tiny sunspot on the right at about 2 o'clock. Very nice. But anyway, luminosity. And the reason I'm showing an image of the sun is because we measure luminosity of stars in relationship to our sun. So our sun, and we all know we're not supposed to look at the sun, because that's what happens. It hurts your eyes. I didn't look at the sun, just the camera looked at the sun. So we look at the sun in here. Luminosity. So our sun is a 1 on the chart of luminosity. So we're going to look at and talk about and focus on another star. I'm looking in this book called Peterson's Guide to Stars and Planets. I'm looking at Appendix 4 in the back. Appendix 4, the nearest stars. And 7th on the list is a star called Sirius A and Sirius B. So Sirius A is a big star, and it has a companion star called Sirius B. And what I'm getting at is this number right here. We're in the column under luminosity and 23.5. Hey, look, it's Wilfredo.
That could be like a hobby around here.
Yep, totally.
Plane watching, like bird watching. Yeah.
Well, there is a hobby of writing down the numbers that you know about that?
No.
Some people look with binoculars and record the numbers.
Why?
Because every plane, because then you can track where every plane goes. Because there's like an international
that's pretty cool.
club online of every plane and where it's traveled. So that has little numbers on the tail. Like if you look, I learned this through 9/11 conspiracy talk, because at 9/11 all these different planes took off, and these plane spotters, they're called, recorded it. So there's this mystery within the plane spotting community about 9/11.
Mystery. What about it? They not
like why did these people get to leave? Because the airspace was closed, but these certain planes left. You know,
weird.
Saudi Arabian royal family were still flying after 9/11, and after there was every airport was shut down. Saudi Arabian royal family members who were in this country got in private jets and left.
I can imagine why they were probably like, oh shit.
And it's recorded.
I would have stuck around.
The way they know is these people who watch planes.
It's like,
I never investigated that community online, but
there's so many conspiracy theories, and then some turn out to be true eventually in ways that close to the truth occasionally.
So have you been painting lately?
I haven't painted for like 2 or 3 days, but I mean I painted with my finger fucked up. But yeah, I do something. I've been putting them in folders now, fancy ass folders, to protect them and stuff. But I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like not inspired anymore.
Oh, well that doesn't matter.
Exactly. It doesn't.
Fucking just, my pep talk is, well then be uninspired for a while.
It can be inspiring. Uninspiration becomes inspiration.
Yeah. Sit on it for a while.
Yeah. So I don't really worry when that happens, but it's more annoying though. It's like a stronger wave. Whatever. I say whatever. It's like the positive whatever. Like, you know. Like, yeah, I went to this charity thing, fundraiser shit with my cousin and my other cousin who was like running it and stuff. That was weird. There was so much like money in the room, like fancy ass people and shit. Me and my cousin drank so much. It was awesome. And then we went to the club, like, right? She was driving, right? And we get to the club and it's all fancy, right? We just drank a little wine at the fundraiser, you know? So we were like there, and there's all these fancy cars, and I'm like, I go like, where the Lambos at, right? And then I look right, there's a Lambo there. I was like, ah yeah, it is Lambo right there. As soon as I said it, like, it was so funny.
So I thought I was going to talk about stars today, and while talking about Sirius A, Wilfredo, as if on cue, showed up. So this is a watercolor by Wilfredo Montenez, part of our little art scene here. This is an acrylic by Sodoki. Seen Sodoki lately? Here's recent acquisition. Mixed media. That was a strange coincidence that as I was talking about Sirius A, our close, bright neighbor star, Wilfredo, showed up, so I thought I would shift gears a little bit and talk about Wilfredo's paintings. This is one of his paintings. It's a watercolor, kind of a mountain pass painting. And here's another watercolor of it's kind of a fog coming over a hill on an island. Very nice. But he has this story he wrote, and this is the original mock-up. This became every sentence here turned into its own painting. It's called Not in Stone, and I'll read it. He who follows the wind was alone. He was alone for a long time. One day, they who lead the way came, and he followed them wherever they went. Storm-chested and ever true, he followed them in the desert. They led him through, towards a great forest, towards its dark heart, past a big tree, through a vast open plain. Finally they reached the cold. Careful not to let its icy grip take hold, he was determined to remain bold. He had followed them in faith, the whole time believing in hope, unaware of the fact that they were leading him to love. He who follows the wind was never alone again. Wilfredo Montenez. So, as you may have noticed, I am at the nexus of an artistic community, and part of the nexus is the lexis, which is to say the lexicon, which is to say the language. At the heart of it all.